So, when last we left off, the Fellowship of the Chili Sad were on a mission to return the Princess Aurelia to her homeland of Arnidia. To that end, you had traversed the entirety of Wildmount from Golgothier, now crossing through the Velvet Thicket, leaving the Dwendalian Empire and crossing the mountains to the sort of the valley that surrounded Festerwell Pool. When you arrived in that valley, you first stumble upon a catacomb of the worshippers of Zahir, who were guarding a weapon of Zahir as a whip that Benthus told Angvor to take and bring to him. From there, after a brief sort of dash through the catacombs, you guys escape and were able to seal the assassins and the followers of Zahir that were in stasis in the catacombs behind you, and you made your way down into the valley surrounding the Festerwell Pool. There you found a bizarre and creepy house, and Wilfred promptly entered the house. He scanned for magical items, and the first one he found was a sundial. He pulled out this almost pocket sundial, turned the dial on it, and was transported to the Feywild. The rest of the party entered in afterwards, and after sending Demon Chat in, and Demon Chat was sort of disapparated by one of the rooms in the house, you guys sort of entered in. You took a look around and found eventually a mirror that extended to sort of an alien sort of bizarre sort of moonscape where sort of their gravity appeared to be ineffectual, and the world seemed to be sort of a cloudy gray. You guys sort of entered in and found Angvor entered in, and you guys found a sort of a puddle that you guys could use to sort of a mercury-like puddle you guys could use to sort of transport out of this mirror realm or wherever this mirror was. It was a portal to, and back to the house. You guys then finally found a similar puddle in one of the rooms in the upstairs, and used it to escape the house. Meanwhile, Wilfred sort of traversed the Feywild, looking for a way out, and then you found that he sort of, when he walked back sort of through the ever shifting grass, that it brought him back to this cursed house. Erdak took a bow, a dragon wing bow that he had found in the house. You guys decided to never speak of it again and to leave. You guys were then pursued by a Sasquatch-like demon that you guys fought and eventually defeated, that have been sent after you guys by Iphigenia. And as tonight's session begins, you guys are sort of finishing up that fight, and sort of making your way out of the valley surrounding the Festerwell Pool. So, Fellowship of the Chili Sad, where would you like to begin? What would you like to do? What would you like to do?
Did we examine the body of this?
I don't believe you did.
I would like to.
Okay. Make a nature or arcana check. If you're looking at the nature of the beast. If you're looking just for loot, make an investigation check.
Can I do like a medicine check just to see like what type of instead, or is that?
Oh, again, that would probably be an arcana check.
Arcana.
Maybe a nature check, but not a medicine check.
It's not nature.
Yeah. I can help you out. Look for it if you want.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna look around, and I've got proficiency in Arcana, so
Okay.
Because I would like to do more like the medical, like just determine autopsy kind of.
Okay. All right. I mean, you're welcome to do an autopsy. You can make a medicine check.
I'll just saw how he died.
Yeah.
Well, the
like,
death.
the way like his inner like I like to know his like inner workings.
Weird.
I've studied healing crafts and not unaccustomed to seeing
yeah.
broken like guts or things innards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that's how I grew up.
You also travel with the barbarians.
Yeah.
You better-
Okay. So what did you guys roll?
I'll help you, if I can't do medicine check.
So that's a 17.
A 17. Okay, so with a 17, you recognize this. This is a Demogorgon. And so they're demons. These are demons that are sort of native to sort of the infinite depths of the abyss. And so it's sort of a meld of different forms. And they're normally native to a place called the Abyssum.
Interesting.
Cool creature.
Does he have any magical items with on him or anything in?
Well, with that Arcana check, you know that the gaze of the Demogorgon is sort of magical. Beyond that, I mean, again, he doesn't really appear to have any sort of items on him. You know, he's naked for as best you can tell. You're welcome to try and fashion anything out of the tentacles or the eyes, but he's not carrying a sword or anything. So.
Okay.
See if there's anything inside him.
You can cut him up.
I mean, he has no clothes to carry anything with, so it might be in his belly. Maybe he just eats. He eats his supplies and vomits.
How many
when he
spell
needs
slots
it.
do I have left?
Well, I mean, it seems that Tiffany is after us, along with many other creatures. We have made enemies along the way, it seems, but I think we just keep on going, because at least we've put a stop to her
This one.
for now, at least. The farther we get away from this creature, I'm sure the farther we get away from her.
Yeah, hopefully we won't ever have to deal with her again.
Run from your problems, they don't ever catch up.
This is what we said about the vampire. way back
And it's worked so far.
so far.
We've survived so far.
Fire, vampire. We just keep on going to the ends of the earth, but we may meet something. I mean, there may be things there that are devilish to us as well.
Okay, so where are you guys headed to?
From here.
Mhm.
Not Pearlbank, there's the, where is your map?
We're at the Festerville Hill.
Yeah, we're at the there's, yeah, we're at the pool. No, we passed the pool, haven't we?
Well,
Yes.
it's so we're like kind of
Just past it.
We can keep heading into the Pallid Grove.
The Pallid Grove, there's a city to the left, isn't there?
Of the Pallid Grove.
Yeah, can you move the map to the, or is that as far
That's
as
as
left?
far over as it goes.
No. I thought you had more at one point.
That's as far as it goes on this map.
Okay.
Oh, I used to have a bookmark.
Red Giant.
What time of day is it?
That's a good question.
how late is it in the day? Is what he asked.
It is probably getting towards evening now because you guys left sort of Emunet, the place where the Kenra were, and sort of you when you ventured in the sort of the catacombs with the worshippers of Zahir, then you had the encounter in the house, and then you fought this Demogorgon. So it's probably getting towards evening.
Can we shove
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
or that?
Night. If we don't have much more to go.
That, I mean, we could do that or just push on for a little bit and get out of this area. I mean, what happens if somebody comes for this demon?
We set up camp in the crevice, then we're kind of trapped if something. comes
Yeah,
after
but you
us.
don't fight a cornered animal, so.
I would vote for keep moving until it's closer to dark and then find a place to camp.
At least move another hour.
All right, well, let's push the body down the crevice.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, I wanna do that.
Alright.
Strong one.
Get it off the road.
Yeah, let's move it off into the crevice.
All right, so you guys wheel this body off sort of the Again, there's not really a path here. It's just sort of a barren slope. You sort of roll it over and push it down the crevice, and you watch it go, boom, 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 with sort of crash at the bottom, and then slowly begin to roll down the slope at the bottom of this crevice.
There it will rot the rest of its life.
It has no more.
The rest of it's dead.
Yes.
Let's move.
Let's keep on going.
All right.
Burn daylight.
Oh, I had an interesting thought.
Gentle repose it.
No, could I just like bring the crevice down on top of it?
Seems a little unnecessary.
Yeah.
Well, we have. Undead beings around us.
That's true.
And we have dealt with undead before. This is not a.
That's
Sure,
true.
but at
That's a
least-
valid point.
Just makes it a little bit more difficult for them to revive themselves.
Could I look for like a? Yeah. Can I look for an area? I don't have shatter. That'd be perfect for this. But I have a few. I have like fireball, which is hopefully look for an area that like I could hit that's structurally unsound.
Make a perception check.
That's a 9.
9. So you look down there. I mean, the walls look more or less pretty smooth on the way down. It doesn't look like there's any real jutting overhangs that you could potentially knock down this creature. You mean you could try and throw something at the cave? Maybe that would do something, but that's about all.
Yeah, but sometimes when you're on a mountain, you can yell really loud, and then the mountain comes crashing down on you.
I could summon an earth element and bring it down.
You could yell.
I feel like that works on snow mostly. I think.
I don't know much about that.
Well,
I don't have much otherwise. I was thinking I had something in.
it was a good thought. I think we could just head
Just
on.
keep going.
I could fireball it, but
Okay.
alright.
Yeah.
So you guys begin to make your way down. So you guys begin to make your way up sort of the slope into the mountains surrounding the Frostwheel pool. Are you guys heading towards? So you guys have a map of all of Wildemount, right?
Yeah, so there's Pallid Grove, like a little bit more northwest.
Right. And then and then to the southwest is the Dolthil Mines, and to the west is the Doral Woods.
The giant
Oh, did you see it?
I said if you see it.
Red giant.
For a giant mix.
Yeah, that's a good one. Lincoln Congress.
Is it? Yeah.
That's a video. All right, we got a map.
All right. I have a map too. If you guys want me to share that, I can.
We just need a frame of reference,
Yeah, so we're at that right there.
a little bit above it.
Yeah, there's the lake.
So there's the Doral Woods.
Let me go ahead and share just so you can. So where
We can
in
use
case
the
the
mouse.
map is well, in case the map's a little different than what you're.
Yeah.
Sure.
So here's the
Esther
Westerwheel.
Right.
Mountains all around us, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's just not shown on this map.
Well, there it's a color code.
Yeah. Oh, it is. Okay. Um,
So I mean, I would say probably go up towards the Pallid Grove.
And we had one of our companions from there, right?
Yeah,
Cyrano?
Cyrano, I know,
Was from there.
a while back that he was from that area.
Girthane, Wilfred, and Ava roll a history check.
Gosh.
Oh, great.
Hey,
20 total.
20? Okay.
17.
17?
Blinking.
All right, what'd you roll, Wilfred?
6.
6. All right. Ingvar and Girthing, you remember it wasn't Cyrenus from the Pallid Grove, it was Aeris.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah, Cyrano was the one that we don't like.
He's the guy that could go by right now.
Yeah.
Sarinel was the guy that went asleep for like 100 years
That's
and
correct.
woke up in ruins.
Yes, that's correct.
Well, we could try to go around them then. Well, no, wait, we like the guy that was from Palo Grove.
Yes,
Maybe it would-
but they also
Yeah.
came and arrested him.
That's true.
Well,
So
I
maybe,
mean,
maybe we wouldn't get very far if we were throwing his name around since he got arrested.
I think he was still held in the high esteem. He knew that people were coming and again, I mean, I don't know. We can
I
go either
wonder
way.
if I wonder what's become of him.
Yeah. There might be a chance to see him there and
Or break, the prison break.
yeah,
Here we go.
but it looks like we're at a fork in the road here. We gotta figure out which way to go.
So straight west, we won't come in any civilization. How are we on supplies?
Straight west is like straight mountains, right?
Right. Yeah, it's straight over the mountains. Yeah, you're heading into the Dorel forest.
It's all mountains.
Yeah.
And where's our final destination that we're trying to?
The coast, upper far left coast.
We're trying to get up here. So Palo Grove takes us closer.
That's what,
Yeah.
yeah, it seems to be with the map that we have.
Okay.
Yeah, Palo Grove.
Fine with me.
All right. So you guys been heading northwest. Um,
I could try to find the shortest, that have to be tomorrow. I could try to do I have a spell, if, I can't think of the name.
Fine.
I have, I just got access, or I think I might be able to do a spell that allows us to find the path to the place, but I need something from there.
Did he leave us with gifts at all?
I don't know,
No,
not
but
gifts from-
Aurelia's here.
Oh, to find her home place.
No, true,
Yes.
yeah.
I
Well-
could,
We could at least sleep on it tonight and give you time to recover yourself.
yeah, we could find Aurelia's home.
And then we go the other.
That's
Well,
good.
Well, and then
So
we could
are
actually
we-
figure out if she's where she says she's from.
Are we like at a fork in the road right now? Or
Kind of.
At some point, I imagine we would have to split or decide.
Yeah, I mean, it's not so much a fork in the road. It's that.
Which direction?
Yeah, I mean, there is no road. It's more like which general direction do you want to go?
It's a term.
All right,
But I'm still, I think probably heading toward the Pallid Grove is gonna be the quicker route.
yeah,
It gets us closer to the coast, at least.
we can at least keep heading that direction for today and.
We'll need to
You
sleep
wanna-
here in the
yeah.
next few hours.
We can alternate days. One day
Oh,
we head
yeah.
that way.
No,
we
that's a-
zigzag,
That's a good idea.
And then
Yeah.
nobody can follow us. Because they don't all know which way we're going.
Well,
We,
on our way to the Pallid Grove and give it a few hours through the mountains and then find a place that looks solid to.
All right.
they don't really know you,
Oh, yeah, that'd be fun.
so, but yeah.
We're wanted. I don't know if we
I
actually
we were just party members of someone that,
got arrested.
so we don't know how that will,
They had no concern for us.
They did see us.
I also could try to scry on him,
I think,
view him,
again, I
or
think
just send him a message.
the way it seemed, it does seem that he was more just taken.
Did they literally like walk up to us as a group and take
Yeah.
them from us? Yeah. It's a long time ago.
Youth garden. It was like 2 weeks ago. It was more like a month, but
Oh.
Yeah.
Find a place to.
All
find a
right.
place-
Yeah. So you guys head up towards the sort of up the mountains. Yeah, you guys begin to head up the mountains, sort of towards the Pallid Grove. And after a couple hours, you sort of begin to make your way to find a sort of mountain path. Can I have the group make a perception check?
Ooh, that's good.
That's not
I need to update my sheet.
11.
11. All right,
18.
nice.
Today.
16.
16.
10.
10. All right. So your thing is sort of as you guys are making your way along these sort of these trails, these goat trails sort of passing along the curves along mountains. You see out of the corner of your eye sort of a bird person. And then quickly after you see it and you sort of turn your head and where you sort of follow Gerthing's eye line and you see a bird, another bird person sort of flying.
Is that some of those Eric Crocrow?
Yes, it is. You can, yeah, you would, does very much remind you of an Aarakocra.
Yeah, I guess so. I figured everyone had seen it first, though, because I'm always the last one to spot things. So
I don't know. I think you're the only one. Me and you. Guys, look.
What's
I
up
don't even
there?
know what you guys are talking about.
Birds.
Ah,
But they're humanoid.
Wait,
interesting.
yeah, the birds fly in the sky. Why would you?
Are they
What?
heading in the direction we're heading, or in different directions?
Or-
They're sort of heading generally parallel towards you. Because you guys are sort of walking. It looks like they're moving from one peak to another, kind of.
Are they looking for us? They're following us, keeping an eye on us.
Are they on griffins?
No, not in griffins. It's just one person, one Aarakocra flying.
where we left that one and good. That we're all wearing these. Well, you're not wearing the necklace, but they don't know you. We're all wearing these like untraceable necklaces, aren't we?
Yeah,
Yes.
for magic tracing in certain magic from
From spying and magical sensors.
interesting.
Any experiences with these
Yeah,
creatures?
they seem to be our friends. We've helped them out in the past, and
They were having their chicks stolen, and we found
Yeah.
he was doing it and stopped them.
Well, that's good.
yeah.
So at least they're on good terms with us. They shouldn't be stabbing us in the back.
But who knows if that's from the same city?
All Aarakocra from the things.
All Aarakocra look the same. I mean, you can tell the difference between them.
All
You've
from-
seen one, you've seen them all.
Well, I mean,
They're also probably the most probably the diverse in color and
Yeah.
there's like much to do. I mean, we can just keep
I
on
could
moving.
send them a message. I could talk to them.
You get to know the
yeah, they might not even be looking.
creature's name.
Nah, I've
Just haven't
seen them.
him.
Oh,
I think.
yeah.
That's a good idea, if you can do that,
And at least we know to prepare one way or the other.
unless they lie to us.
That's true. I didn't think of that.
With which was does say with which you are familiar.
But if he's one from the city, then maybe he knows
You could attempt, I guess.
I could attempt it,
May or may not work.
but if there's many that we met at the city, could be any one of them. I would have to
So you have to pick one to attempt to contact.
maybe like I can't really make out details from this far. So it would have to be. I would assume I'd have to choose someone from there
Yeah.
and hope it's him.
Yeah,
Or
seems like a
her.
long shot.
Well, I mean, it's not doing anything to us yet. Just keep on.
Yeah, I say we just keep on going.
Right.
Is he like? Are they following? Is it like they're moving with us, or are they just moving on their own?
Just moving on their own, sort of moving past.
Yeah, then they're fine.
Yeah, I say we just.
They're not bothered to us.
Yeah.
We're ready to, I think, hit the
All right.
night. It is.
Yeah. So it's getting late. You guys, make another perception check to find a place to sleep.
That's a night.
That's,
Beautiful.
I got a 10.
Right?
Well,
9.
9. All right. So the rest of you guys keep on walking. You know, you're sort of walking single file along the line, or riding your horses. And, you know, after a while, Wilfred passes the place, Erdak passes the place, Girthing passes, Carrick passes. And Angvor's like, hey, guys, there's a cave here.
It's like right there, guys, it's a big old, like, you see it?
Oh, shoot.
that is a good hiding spot.
Yeah, I was zoned out. Totally
Yeah,
missed it.
we missed it, so yeah, no one else was spotted.
Again, I just thought everyone else saw it, and thought it was bad, so I
No, that's a good cave.
All right, works for me.
Right?
Let's clear it out. Or
Let's check it, make sure it's not already occupied.
All right. All right. So you guys are gonna check it? How are you guys gonna check it? What's going on?
I will go in and look around using my dark vision.
Okay. Make a perception check for me.
Oh my god, that's a 10 again.
The 10. You don't really see anything suspicious, but you do. There's a horrid stench in this cave. It really, really stinks. I mean, it kind of smells like somebody's feet that have been sitting in water for too long. You know, it's sort of that nasty sort of.
Yes.
It's not too bad, guys. I still have half a cask of lavender. And all stuff our
That
noses.
stinks real bad out here. I don't see anything, but it smells awful. I
I
mean,
still have that half cask.
Well, I mean,
Sweet.
I might just,
a stinky cave is better than no cave, I think, right?
I might just as soon sleep outside than to sleep in this stench.
also, if anyone tries to walk up to this, they will be like, no one's living in here. They
Yeah.
will not check. If we get far enough away in.
Guess that's true.
Well,
What do you guys want?
Well, let's say, like, let's call out and see if anything answers.
All right.
See if anything should.
you
Alright, you
Steven,
start. You go.
Yeah,
Back up.
Go ahead.
I go, hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
We're fine.
Oh, I mean, it's stinky, but it's got some color. I'll start setting up my camp.
Okay.
As long as we're far enough in, yeah. I'll cast light inside so we can
All right.
the non-dark vision people for setting up camp.
Just you.
Carrick, yeah.
Carrie.
He doesn't count.
So as you sort of cast light and sort of like this sort of luminous ball of sort of energy, you know, emanates from this priest of ceremony, you see the cave, and it's sort of covered in claw marks and sort of scratch marks, and you see some bones lying in the corner. You do find 10 gold.
Is
But-
there any bones there? With the bones?
What?
Is there anything with the bones besides gold?
Make an investigation check.
Ooh, 13.
13. You find again, looking more thoroughly, you find another 20 gold, another 50 silver,
20 gold, 50 silver.
75 electrum,
50 silver.
75 electrum, and 97 copper.
All right. Yeah, I just pocketed that.
Yep. You also find a fair number of arrows. You guys can replenish your supplies of arrows.
Rodek, you need some arrows?
I mean, I'll take them. This bow.
This one might
seems
not be
to,
the best shape for you. It's a little curved, I guess, but
That might be good for a trick shot or something.
Mhm.
I'll take them.
Yeah, and these you recognize these almost immediately, Erdak. These are elven arrows, much like the ones that your family used sort of hunting growing up.
there you are arrows.
Excellent. Thank you.
But you see that this is a cave, but there's sort of like a circular tunnel that sort of continues back, and sort of the sort of but lost in sort of the gloom of the recess beyond is the is the rest of the cave.
Should we check it before we?
He yelled hello.
I have a bad feeling about this place.
I mean, there's bones, like. Not just like, those bones look like they've been gnawed on, I don't know.
Make a nature or make a medicine check.
I don't know what caves you've been in, but.
Uh,
there's typically some
26.
bones in those
26. Yeah, it looks like there's been some large jaws on these things.
Yeah, like, there's been a creature in here that's been eating something at least. I don't wanna be, like, I'm happy to like. That we found a cave, but. Maybe I could throw out this pebble with light on it and see how far it goes down. Just before we all go to sleep and wake up with someone
I
being,
mean, we can set watches too.
It's true. I only have to sleep or meditate for 4 hours, so I can. Keep a
That's
watch
good.
for a good part of the night.
That's nice.
cool.
Oh, I mean, we're here.
Yeah, might as well.
I've already set up, guys. I don't know if you guys are complaining
I'll
about.
start eating.
Start.
Alright.
Yeah.
That's all he does.
All right, well, I'll go ahead and start doing my trance. If somebody can take the first 4 hours watch, and then I can
Take the
I
rest.
can take over from there.
I can take a watch.
I'll take some watches.
Okay. All right. Who's taking the first watch?
I'll go first.
We're wrong.
It's a 21 perception.
Nice.
Okay. So as you sort of sit up, sort of staring around, you suddenly hear this shifting sound, this and then you see this one sort of eye sort of peering out of the depths of the cave. It's one sort of pupilless eye, irisless eye, sort of
Coming from
staring
that
out.
like tunnel that you
Coming
told us.
from the tunnel, yeah. Sort of
Nice.
coming down the tunnel. You hear this sort of this scraping, scratching sound as it's sort of coming towards you.
Am I asleep yet?
Yeah, yeah. This is the
I
first
wanted to do
watch.
something before I slept after I finished reading.
What do you want to do?
I wanted to cast Guardian of Faith.
Okay.
Just because, like, after I finished reading, probably 2 hours or so, since it's,
Mhm.
if possible, I'd like to take some time to read, and then after I finish reading, I would set up 2 Guardians of Faith. Depending on how big the cave is, I would set 2 behind us and then 1 in front.
How big are the Guardians of Faith?
So they are any creature that moves within a space within 10 feet of it. So I can cover 20 feet with 1.
Mm-hmm. How
20 feet.
tall? How tall are they?
I would assume we'll be able to get 10 feet up.
Okay.
from
Yeah.
it-
So
from its center.
because they're probably about the cave is
It's
probably
large.
about
It's large.
yeah. It's probably I mean it's maybe 30 feet in diameter. It's not particularly it's sort of like it's sort of like 2 semicircles and then like the back is sort of more flat. So it's sort of like a little bit of a I don't know. It's got like one sort of flat side towards the back, and sort of, and then it's sort of like it's circular in the cave.
All right.
So again, you could probably cover it with 2, probably
Yes.
within 10 feet. Yeah, I mean,
And I'm assuming it's a 10-foot radius since it's anytime someone moves within 10 feet of it.
right. Yeah.
Um,
That's not-
So I would like to do 2 behind us and then 1 in front.
okay, you can do
Cool.
that. So what does it do if something moves within 10 feet?
It occupies that space and is in this. Any creature hostile to you that moves to a space within 10 feet of the guardian for the first time on a turn must succeed on a dexterity saving throw. It takes 20 radiant damage on a failed save or 10 on a successful one.
Okay. So right now they are farther away than 10 feet from these Guardians of Faith that Wilfred is set up. But you hear this thing sort of coming towards you.
Interesting. Well,
I'm still in trance.
it seems like there is a thing coming, I say to myself. How I'll look at this new elf guy over here.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like he's not even really sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just go shake him.
All right.
Hey!
What do you want?
Wait. You're not even sleeping over there. What are you doing?
I was meditating.
You're just gazing off into the distance. Do you not even see that down there? Look,
Oh,
there's
yeah,
some.
yeah, that looks like something down there.
Let's wake the others.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll wake up Gerthang.
All right.
I'll wake up Aurelia
All right.
and then start waking up everybody else.
There's an eyeball.
So as you guys are sort of watching this thing, you begin to see sort of in the pale, you know, you with dark vision, you see a second eye. So it has sort of two pale lidless eyes and it's sort of climbing towards you. You hear this scraping sound like nails on a chalkboard, sort of coming down the tunnel, and sort of like then all of a sudden you see this big face sort of loom sort of lurch out of the gloom, and it will move within 10 feet of the Guardians of Faith.
Dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. That is a 22.
That's a save, so it takes 10 radiant damage from the first
All
one.
right. All right. Then it will. Then they both activate simultaneously because they're probably next to each other, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're probably, it's 30-foot cave, so yeah, probably like.
Yeah. So the second one is a 15.
That one fails, so that's 20 radiant
It
damage.
will use its legendary resistance to succeed.
So 10, so 10.
Yes, that's 20 total. All right. 1 second.
Good old legendary.
But I can't die. Well, I can.
You've done it before.
I just have.
So I'll put the one on the left, down the cave. Guardian number 1.
So as it moves within these Guardians of Faith, do they attack it? Describe how they attack it.
Yeah, so the when they get within range, the blade originally, or it's imperceptible, so like if you aren't aware of it, like you could easily just pass by, but then the a gleam of the sword is gold as it swipes out, but it leaves like a trail of violet light, like as the sword moves.
All right. So what do your Guardians of Faith look like?
A sword and a shield.
All right. So you all of a sudden see this sort of sweep of light, sort of sweep of golden light leaves a pale. You hear this you hear this like screech of as sort of the Guardians of Faith find purchase in this creature, and now it will lunge forward out of the gloom at you guys. And can I have everyone roll initiative, please?
Oh my! I don't want to go first, but I went first.
You sure? I just got total.
All right.
It makes it 22, so like I don't have to hide.
Yes.
So I need a pen as well.
Chomp, chomp, chomp. Does that happen?
I'm a one shot.
One second.
Invoke 'em.
Actions
where's the
or-
abilities? You can. I think you can also like swipe right. the other way. Skills. Or if you click where it says skills at the top are actions, there we go. It gives you like a list and you can just click and jump.
Okay, 25 to 20.
22.
I
All right.
got 20.
Okay, nice. 20 to 15.
15.
All right. $15 to 10.
Oh no.
I rolled a 3.
Okay. What? And did you roll for Carrick?
No,
Okay. Can you roll for Carrick?
he gets a plus,
18 on the dice.
he gets a +2.
So he got a 20 as well.
All right.
Plus 3 though.
So you go first. I don't know.
Right.
How many Carrick?
And 1 second while I set up this encounter. Hmm.
Pretzel, please.
This is now shake.
She does it. I don't think I like taught her how to shake. I think she just does it so much that it,
I taught her.
sometimes she wants something, she just shakes.
All right. 1 second.
Fog. Yep. Shake on the table. No, you have to agree to it.
My apologies. It's loading a bunch of images. So.
That dice is rolling well.
Okay. Come on. Okay.
I think Carrick was at like 16 HP.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Our front line's really low right now.
You're our front line now.
Well, I'm pretty low too.
Yeah, but you can't die.
Well,
Yeah, you said you
I
can-
can, it's just hard.
Not right now, it's not hard.
Not good rating to get that too, so.
Dang.
And you've already used both rages?
Or I was like, I've used 1 of 4.
Oh, yeah, 4. At level, okay.
Plus,
Okay.
Although I don't know, because I dropped a 0. I don't know if I lose my rage. So just say I dropped the 1 instead. So assume that means I don't actually
You
lose
don't go unconscious.
or fall, and
Because I think when it means when you go to 0, it's because you're unconscious that you just rage.
so I don't like go prone.
Sorry, Dungeon Fog is not.
That's why barbarians half orcs are pretty good because half orcs
Oh, did you get that?
naturally.
Yeah.
Or like one's pretty long rest.
I was playing a game where it was a computer game. It was like when you took half your hit points, you died, like negative, like.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a half orc, so he would go down to 0, pop up the 1, and then like get a big hit and just die. Like, it's
That's
not
annoying.
helpful for you
Yeah.
because you're like, they don't have to hit you very hard to go to half. Whereas before, if he was like an 8, and then get hit because of the buffers,
There you go.
he died a lot because of that. Yep. I think. We are a bright dinosaur.
7.
Okay, all right.
Nice table.
Were dinosaurs actually bright though?
They could have been like marines and
was.
change colors.
But I'm talking about like bright, isn't?
Intelligence, Bryce.
I feel like they were pretty dumb to get wiped out.
You gotta be pretty dumb to get hit by a meteor.
Like, come on.
And
Do you guys not have the,
suffocate by dust.
do you not have the technology? Wow. They've been around for trillions of years, so I feel like you should have at least been able to adapt to things like that.
Why aren't you working?
What, if meteorite
Yeah,
comes
should
in
be
once?
meteors.
Life, world altering events.
If humans have only been around for, nigh on 10,000 years and we're advanced this far, dinosaurs should have had like
Yeah, they should have had everything. figured out.
extreme advanced, like they probably didn't even get hit by a
They
meteor,
probably-
they just left in spaceships.
So long, and thanks for all the.
Yeah, that's true. They probably just lived.
Yeah,
And the other ones just that couldn't leave for
They're over
fossils.
at Alpha Centauri.
Alpha
I
Centauri.
found another one that was. What they got to. They're like Alpha Centauri is too close to this.
It's
Well,
still
another
humans might try to
galaxy.
follow us.
they predicted Elon Musk.
Don't get trapped back there, Sable.
This is one day we're just gonna get like a Tesla thrown at us.
Oh,
And then we'll be laughing.
It's self-driving. Even in space. One day you'll have self-driving spaceships.
Why aren't you working? I'm sorry, Dungeon Fog is having some issues right now.
Whoa, that was excessive. Oh, close. Oh, wow, that's
Wow.
a big hit.
I almost made it there, I guess.
Nice.
That's what I was trying to do first.
Okay, well,
Save it, save it.
all right, well, for now, Dungeon Fog is not working. Let's just start the fight.
Sure.
Angvor, you're up front. You're up first. Or sorry, Girthing, you're up first.
Sure thing is.
So how far away did you summon those, how far away did you summon the guardians?
Probably
How far can you summon them?
30 feet, but I could have walked out as far as I had all night to summon them.
'Cause I really need to rage.
I probably would have put them.
Or how far away are the creatures, I guess, that's the other.
I probably would have put them 30 feet out from us, from like our edge.
Yeah, because he said the guy just jumped out at us, so
Mhm.
it's not necessarily behind the
Yeah, you can move through it.
guardians anymore.
I'll grab
But if you could
my
move back to it, that'd be great.
glaive.
Mhm.
And I guess run up to 10 feet of it
Okay,
and make a bonus action rage,
okay,
then make 2 attacks.
all right, go for it.
That's a 20 to hit on the first one.
That hits.
And we're just going to do, that's a much higher to hit on the second one.
Okay,
2 hits. All right. First dice. 7 plus 5 plus 3. That is 15 points of slashing on the first.
okay,
And then 18 points of slashing on the second.
wow.
And I'm just in his face, or 10 feet from his face.
All right. So as you sort of rush forward, you sort of slice him once with your glaive and slice him again with your glaive, and all of a sudden you see like you feel this like almost like fungal sort of stench fill the sort of the cave as you sort of slice into this monster that's sort of looming in the back. It leaves sort of these like deep sort of greenish sort of gunk blood that sort of seeps out of it in sort of the dark. Can I have you make a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
Well, that sucks. Yeah. Guess who's not wise? This guy. Saving throw?
Mm-hmm.
A 10.
Nice.
That's a failure. And so can I please have you roll a D? Let's see. There's
1,000. Yeah. D100.
a D6, please.
Okay. That's a 4.
Okay, so you're going to make an attack against Carrick.
Sweet.
Good.
Cool.
He's gonna go down.
You're using your reaction to make a melee attack against Carrick.
That's a 27.
A 27 that hits Carrick.
And that's great damage.
That's a 73.
That's a 17 on the damage dice.
All right. So
He was at 16 at the end of last battle.
all right, so all of a sudden, so as you sort of slice into
We didn't do a short rest.
this creature, all of a sudden this stench fills sort of the air, and you sort of feel yourself sort of overwhelmed. You turn and you see there's something over there, and you sort of slash out at it, and then all of a sudden you this fog sort of fades to your vision. And you see Carrick lying there unconscious on the ground.
You drop to your knees, you catch him as he falls. Garrett!
Oh, we're done with them.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, gosh.
Goodbye.
I found the stench. Oh.
All right, Ingvar, is now your turn.
Do I get an idea of what this monster looks like now that it's kind of closer?
Yeah, so I would show it to you, but Dungeon Fog's being real weird right now. But yeah, so it's like sort of like a serpent, but you see sort of wings on the back. Again, make a perception check for me.
Gotcha. It's an 18.
18. All right, so you look at it, and this is some sort of subterranean dragon.
Interesting. It doesn't look like the serpent I saw in that realm, did it?
No, it doesn't. Its eyes are bigger. It's that one was almost like had a dreamlike quality to it. This one
Okay.
definitely lacks. And this
Okay.
one doesn't have two heads. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, I see it kind of lunge at us and come through and get a little slice through these weird ethereal sword things.
Mhm.
I'll stand up and move kind of towards the middle of the cave to where the hallway is, where it came out of,
Mhm.
and I will hex it,
Okay.
and then just look at everybody and be like, so anyways, I started blasting and blast 3 other blasts at it.
Okay. Got your 3 Eldritch Blasts.
First one is a 28,
That hits.
the 22,
Hits.
and a 24.
Also hits. I'll hit.
Nice rolls.
Bam.
All right, damage. First damage is 14,
All right.
17, and 11.
Okay. So 1 second. 1,
14,
15,
17,
and 11. Okay. So scroll.
that's 37,
Okay.
38,
Got it. Yeah, I got it.
42, yeah.
All right, so all of a sudden, these sort of beams of energy sort of pierce through the cave. So they pummel this creature sort of shit. Are you gonna push him back, or are you gonna?
I'm gonna just slow him, so I can slow him 30 feet now.
Right.
So the third one, but just slow him, not push him back.
All right.
And yeah, I mean, it's, everybody's like, looking on and surprised because like, whoa, he's only done 2 so far.
So these
I'm
are
still like half asleep. I have not noticed you.
I don't-
Everybody's like, whoa,
I'm just like
I don't
standing
know
over
that anything unusual
this
happened.
is so incredible.
like standing over Carrot's body. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
What are y'all yelling about?
all right. Now it's Carrick's turn. You can have Carrick make a death saving throw.
I guess I can do it.
Nice. He has like a plus.
He has a D6 for, and that's a.
Doesn't have-
What's his it's just a straight. I don't have his stats.
There were no stats for death
Um,
saving.
Is it just a D6 for him, or does he get anything else?
Let me look real quick.
I don't think because that's a fail.
Because I know he gets.
He did.
He has failed 3 times. Or rolling out one next time.
Which I probably should not roll next time because.
I'll do it.
Good.
I'll take a turn. I'll let you do all the- I'm trying to perform.
Gotta do better than that.
Because otherwise it's a 6 without with a D20 and a D4 D6.
Maybe.
So,
Warm it up.
Nope. Nope. Ready.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna not die.
I think it's a failure.
yeah, okay. We'll say it's a failure.
It's
And
a-
what,
it's a
what'd you roll? Yeah, just roll D6, yeah.
He rolled a 2 and then a 4 on the D6.
All right, that's a failure.
It's not in that one.
Yeah.
All right. Then it's Carrick's turn. Erdak, you're now up.
All right,
It's
I
in-
will position myself, kind of make sure there's like bigger things in between me and the
All right.
dragon beast.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll cast a hunter's mark on it,
Okay.
and then I will shoot it with my fancy dragon bow.
All right, go for it.
That's a 20 or 30. That's a 30.
30. That hits.
All right, so that's 6 points of electric
Right.
damage, and then 17 points of piercing.
Okay, nice.
And then I'll fire at him again.
All right, go for it.
That's a 27.
That also hits.
Whatever one it is. That's 2 points electric and 12 points piercing.
Okay.
That's all I got.
You said 12 points piercing?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you sort of fire once and sort of this strikes this creature. This crackle of electricity sort of fills the air. Then you sort of fire again, you sort of strike it again, and sort of, again, this sort of electric sort of smell of ozone fills the air, and as well as there's this rancid scent that's emanating from the creature. Now is its turn. Firstly, it'll surge forward and it's gonna make an attack against you, Gerthin.
Yeah.
It has my, yeah.
That's a 28 to hit.
That hits.
Um,
I can't see. Can't help you.
that is sorry, that is
Actually,
20 points of piercing damage,
Okay,
Nice.
and then 8 points of poison damage.
go ahead, 8 hit points, so I'm down.
All right.
Well, sort of.
Yeah.
If you drop to 0, make a DC 10 con save. That is a lot. It's more than a DC 10. It's like 28.
20?
If it's a success, drop to 1 HP instead.
Okay. Then we'll make it.
Do we have to do that twice?
because the one instance of damage comes in, takes me to 0, and the next.
No,
one-
no, it's just one attack. It's one
all
attack.
together.
Yeah.
So I'm at 1 hit point.
All right. So your one hit point, it will attack you again.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
That is a
What's going on?
22 to hit.
That hits.
All right, and that's a claw attack, so it's only
So I'm back down to 0.
that is 14 points of slashing damage.
Back down to 0, so add a 5 to the con.
Oh,
That probably fails because I have to beat a 15 and I rolled a 13.
All right, so you are down. Then it will now then we'll move 10 feet forward, which
A
again
bunch of squishies.
is probably within. Yeah, see, part of this is that it's yeah, so this is a 30-foot. Yeah, so it's probably within 10 feet of the most of the group if it's a 30-foot diameter cave, right?
Yep.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, so it's going to make an attack against Angvor.
Oh, no, that's.
usually like damage.
Yeah.
That's a 14 to hit.
Ooh, that actually surprisingly misses.
All right, so it sort of moves forward after biting Girthing. Girthing goes down, pops back up, and then sort of slashes at Girthing. He drops, and then sort of moves engage with Angvor, and it misses Angvor. Now it is Aurelia's turn. Aurelia will. What is she gonna do? So she will probably try and do something. She'll cast Sunbeam at
I can actually see what it is.
at 6th level to sort of light up. Yeah, so light up the cave, and she's going to aim it down the hallway, and so it has to make a Constitution saving throw. And that is a 23 on the save, and her save is a 17, so it takes half as much damage. It's half as much damage, so it's 68. Okay. 30, it's 37 points of damage halved, which is 37 points of damage halved is that's
18 and a half.
18, yeah, 18.
I'm down.
And so then that is 51 points of damage, or sorry, that's 18 points of damage, 18 points of damage to the creature. All right, now it is Wilfred's turn. Actually, no, first it's going to use one of its legendary actions. It's going to make a tail attack against Aurelia after that big hit.
Question before this happens.
Yes.
Does that sunbeam, does it leave any remaining light, or is it just like an action and that's it?
For the duration, a mote of brilliant radiance shines in your hand. It sheds bright light in 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet. This light is sunlight.
So I can see
And
now.
it is concentration. Yes.
So I will attempt to blind this thing and make it disadvantage.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, so I just do a warding flare
Okay.
on the attack.
Okay. So that is use cancel natural 20. So that is a 22 to hit on Aurelia. And that is 8 points of bludgeoning damage to Aurelia. All right. Now it is Wilfred's turn.
Does she? Can I see?
You can still see it. The sunbeam is still up,
Cool. In that point,
but she has to make a Constitution saving throw, but she succeeds. Okay.
Oh man. I will immediately, as soon as I see it, immediately cast Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
At 6th level.
All right.
So these floating spectral spirits that take the shape of coconuts. And with the stroll and the umbrella, pop out and just flip around me,
Okay.
about 15 feet, all around me. And yeah, I can see everyone, so that's good. And then I will just yell, push it back.
Okay.
Wait,
Um,
are you down as well?
No.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
I thought he was.
No. Push it back behind the guardians.
all right. So Spirit Guardians, is that at the beginning of its turn? That's make-
It is, on a turn or starts its turn there. Like if it enters on its turn or starts its turn.
Okay. Got it.
And its movement is half.
Got it.
And I will just move 15 feet away from it
Okay.
if I can.
Yeah, I mean, it's a small cave. You probably can't get quite 15 feet away from it. Maybe the entryway.
Well, and if I possibly can, I'd like to try to get an angle so that if it gets pushed backwards through the guardians, it would have to come through my guardians as well. Like, I would.
Okay. So are
but
you
I can't see
so
the
you
case,
ca-
I can't.
are you casting the Guardians on yourself?
Spirit guardians, yeah, it's always me.
It's always you.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're gonna move, so you have to move sort of back behind it.
Depends on which way it's getting pushed, but yeah.
Okay. So again, it's probably 10 feet away from sort of the entryway of sort of that tunnel into the cave.
Um,
So again, it's gonna be, you can't get within 15 feet away from it. there.
well, whichever guardian I think Angor is gonna be pushing it towards,
Mhm.
I will just attempt to like move towards that, to those guardians.
Okay.
Just so I get that 15-foot radius
Okay.
around the guardian as well.
Okay. All right. Got it. It's now Girthing's turn.
My turn?
Yeah.
Roll a death saving. Roll a death saving throw.
Sable, that's not yours.
That's a 10.
That's a
That's a
success.
Yeah.
All right.
One success.
Now it's Angvor's turn, I believe.
Gotcha. I'm not almost dead. Ish.
Well, I only had that one last spell slot for Hex, so I guess I'll just keep blasting it, and I hear somebody yelling to push it back. I don't know where to push it back.
Through the guardians.
My goal is just to push it back down the way that it came, then.
Okay. All right.
I'll roll my 3 Eldritch Blasts here.
All right.
It's a 24,
It hits.
27,
Hits.
and a natural 1, so.
All
that
right. So
one
the first two hit.
Nothing's still 20 feet.
is 11 points of damage for the first bolt.
All right.
And 13 points of damage for the second bolt, and we'll push it back 20 feet.
Okay. All right. So you push it back 20 feet, and was your goal for it to enter the Guardians in that?
I have no idea really what I was supposed to do other than push it back, and I was standing at the like straight at the entrance to like where it came from. I was just kind of pushing it back through there.
Right.
That pushes it back through the Guardians, I guess that. But I mean, that was kind of where I was, and I just heard him yell that just a second ago, and
Yeah. Yeah. I understand that. Wilfred, you're trying to get back behind it.
I was just hoping that if it got pushed back through the guardians, that when it would move back through forwards, it would have to come through basically all 3 of us. The guardians.
Okay.
and-
All right. So it was in the Guardians originally, and still in the Guardians after Angvor has pushed it back 20 feet.
Okay.
Is that right? Is that what you wanted?
I wanted it past the guardians, so it would have to enter again, but it's whatever. It's what happens.
Okay. All right. Well, I will just say that it's still within the Guardians, just
Okay.
because we don't have a map because Dungeon Fog is not working well.
Wait, my floating guardians or the ones I set up, the guards?
So the ones the guards you set up expend when they attack, correct?
They expand when they do 60 points of damage.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, so I have those two guards for 50 more damage.
okay. So,
Potentially 60 more if it's at 50 and does 20 more damage.
okay, so you've pushed it back beyond those guardians.
That's what I was hoping he would do.
Yeah, yeah, all right, that happens. I didn't understand that guardian, I'm sorry.
That's
Right.
right.
Yeah, so again, it's been pushed down the tunnel 20 feet. It's past the Guardians of Faith, and past sort of Girthing and Carrick. It is now Carrick's turn, I believe, unless you want to do anything else anymore.
No, that's all I can do.
All right. Can I have Carrick?
Someone else roll.
That's a 10.
That's one success.
That was
Success.
Yeah.
He is.
You got a 5 and a 5.
All right.
Total of 10.
All right, and then now it is Wilfred. Sorry. Now it is Eridak's turn.
All right. I will fire at him with my bow again.
All right.
Seems to be effective. That's a 26.
Hits.
1 point of electric and 18 points of piercing,
Okay.
and then I will fire at him again.
Go for it.
That's a 29.
It hits.
Yeah.
That's 2 points of electric and 16 points of piercing.
How do you want to do this?
Nice.
Well, I shoot him twice, so
Mhm.
the first shot pierces straight through one of his eyeballs,
All right.
and then so he's kind of got that one closed, and I just see the one other eyeball kind of piercing in the darkness back there.
All right.
Line up my shot and sink it straight into the second eyeball.
All right, you got it. So as sort of as this dragon sort of pushed down the tunnel, sort of it passes by, all you can see is sort of like the lamplight eyes. And in Erdak sort of pulls back his bow, he sort of lines up the shot, fires one, and one of the eyes is all of a sudden extinguished, and sort of you can see sort of the faint glow of sort of the arrows sticking out of it. He sort of lines up the second shot, and you put it out, and all of a sudden like everything's dark, and it really sort of shifts the sunbeam down there, and you see like this dragon that's guy's basically the back of his head blown out by this sort of this bolt of electricity that is blown through, and you guys take a sigh of relief. The dragon is down.
Whew.
All right, now it is again it's we can probably do it in whatever order. Wilfred, do you want to? Are you gonna?
If I'll cast mass healing word or mass cure wounds. instead. So I can hit up to up to 6 creatures.
All right.
Everyone gets that's 10. That's a 20 points of healing for
There's I
I
believe
don't
there's
so
sorry, 20 points healing.
20 points of healing for everyone, but
All right.
I don't need it.
The
So
dragon takes 20 points of damage.
yes.
Stand up. Carrick, he doesn't have dark vision, does he?
No, but we have sunbeam.
No, I mean, like, did he see me?
Probably not. Yeah, probably not.
Just run it up and.
Well, you got slashed by your glaive.
He was probably in the cloud too.
That was a claw. I'm pretty sure. Right?
Yeah.
Look at those claws, guys.
Wow.
Look how razor sharp they
Yeah,
are.
that was-
I definitely didn't see it.
Well, that was interesting, guys. I mean, who would have known that there would have been a dragon in this cave?
I mean,
Probably should be more observant next time.
Okay,
I
yeah.
mean, I did yell at him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
Yeah.
dead, so we could stay here still.
I guess we could go kind of check farther down if we want to.
You go ahead.
Unless we want to just try to.
Finish the
Let me
night.
know what's down
We
there.
could
I
check
mean,
it.
there might be like some good stuff back there.
Maybe
We
he's
might
got a
have,
dragon horde.
might have killed some guys and drugged some loot.
Since
back there.
sunbeam is up, can I determine this dragon, sub-dragon?
What?
Can I investigate it?
Yeah, go investigate. Yeah, go for it. Make an investigation check.
Oh, good.
5.
5. It's a dragon.
Cool guy. It's got
It's not-
single.
Yeah, I mean, so let's see if I can. I'll send a picture of the dragon to you guys. Since Dungeon Fog didn't work. All right. That is sort of what the dragon looks like. It's sort of like got a bizarre sort of almost like cave dweller appearance to it.
So Wyvern?
He looks kind of nasty.
Yeah, he does.
Mushrooms growing on the side.
Or it is,
Well,
yeah.
I would like to walk 60 feet down the cave. So I can
Okay.
still see them up here and just see what I can see back there.
All right, so you walk 60 feet down the cave, make a perception check.
nice.
It's a natural 1. Is a
Total of
10.
So as you walk by sort of the dragon's sort of corpse, all of a sudden you get this something that's sort of like this sort of like this like spore sort of flies into your eye, and all of a sudden your eyes are watering. You're trying to peer down the passageway of the cave. You can't see anything. It's just like there's just blurry. You're like, maybe there's something down there, maybe not. I don't know.
Hey, what do you see down there?
Can't see anything. There's something's in my eyes. As soon as I walked past that dragon, it's like,
Aren't you supposed to be able to see in the dark?
well, I can't see if I can't keep my eyes open. They're burning like crazy.
what'd you put in them?
It's this fog from this dragon.
Oh, interesting.
I'm gonna go back out to the mouth of the cave.
Okay.
Well, we can check it out in the daylight when we're all feeling a little better.
Yeah, I guess we'll try to get some rest and hope another one doesn't come out.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, we have Sunbeam up for 10 minutes or so.
She also have light.
Yes.
I'd like to get some
Or a
rest.
torch.
It's been a long time since
Yeah, it's
I've
been
been
a
able to
long day.
really rest. I'll slice open the dragon's belly and go inside.
Crawl in and fall asleep. Tauntaun it.
Tom, which
You die.
It's so warm in here.
it's acidic. Just
Good old Xenomorph.
just eat straight through.
All right.
It's like, well, I mean, I feel like we dealt with that handily, so. Good night, guys.
All right. so-
Somebody else's watch. That was my watch, so.
I had said I would take a watch.
all right.
I
Roll a
read
pers-
through that.
I'll
All right.
start doing sleep trance.
all right. So whoever is taking next watch, can you roll a perception check for me?
What's these perceptions?
0.
So Girthing is sitting up, staring at the dragon, and he begins to hear sort of the coin from the Death Knight call to him. Needs to say, "Free me, free."
I don't know how to free you. Oh wait, no, he did tell me how to free him.
I think so.
Don't burn his body and all your.
Your guy doesn't remember that.
What happened with you all?
You said you would. Oh, I have to remove curse. I have no magic ability. I guess I could take you to a temple.
Take him to that room in the haunted house.
But yeah. It feels pretty bad to be stuck in a coin. Can't go anywhere. You just sit in my pocket all day.
Anyways, that's how your watch goes.
He doesn't respond at all.
Yeah. All right, and then I'll probably doze off and then wake up whoever next next watches.
Yeah, I mean, there's but a point of order. You can ask it questions, and it can basically at any point.
Yeah, because he told me I have the recursion of the coin if I remove it,
Mhm.
get them, and he promised me treasures. Um, Shoot. I have no remove cursor actions. Do I? Nope.
All right. Well, yep. All right. So that ends your things watch. Who is taking the last watch?
I can, if 4 hours have passed, then I can do the next one.
Yeah. So I think you were doing 2 hour watches and then
2 hours, 2 hours.
And
right.
then you can do four.
Yeah.
Well, somebody else has got to do one then.
I did mine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and more,
Angmor did 2 and
he
then.
woke us up for the dragon. That was
Yeah.
part of the watch.
Yeah, but if I only slept during your 2 hour watch, that's not.
He slept
We
during,
slept during the dragon
before the dragon.
somewhat.
Before the dragon.
Depending on like how long that took.
All right, whatever, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And that one took like a couple, like a half a minute.
Combat was pretty quick.
That's a, what is this, perception?
Mhm.
13.
13. And so you look down and you see sort of the, something sort of sparkling briefly beyond, down the tunnel beyond the corpse of the dragon. As you sort of sit there, nothing really catches your eye. Except for that one brief sort of glimmer out of the corner of your eye.
Keep an eye on it, but not
Okay.
wait or anything.
All right. So the night passes by without any more, sort of odd things happening. The party wakes up.
Cool. I'm a spell slots.
Oh,
Sweet.
Well,
When I head in the rest of the cave this morning.
Let me take 1 minute to
Oh yeah, it said select what you want.
select my stuff.
is there like a quick?
It's a fire.
You can click along.
Yeah, all right, we can go now.
does the dragon have any like horns or scales or anything?
No, again, this is a very odd looking dragon. It looks almost like it has amphibian like skin. It's very pale. It does have some scales, but no horns. It's just sort of almost cave like blind creature with sort of a beak on it instead of jaws with teeth on them.
As Wilfred was kind of gathering himself, getting up, I'll try and go over and shimmy off a few scales.
Okay. Easy enough. You can sort of, it's like they're kind of like fish scales almost. As you sort of like cut them off. They're like large fish scales.
Okay.
Sort of come up relatively easily.
I see. Well,
And I'll, wait for the group sort of, but I'll be like, yeah, let's head on. I mean, anybody want to come with me while they're
Yeah.
getting ready
I
still?
want to see what's back here.
is it? All right, I'm ready.
All right.
It took me like 1 minute really to get a spell.
And it's another
Literally.
3 minutes to catch up with us.
Because we have short legs.
I didn't catch up except for you.
If we all ran at speed, we would outdistance.
All right.
Oh, so you have 30 oh, you do this, right.
He got it just right.
Yeah.
You got 30 pounds. It was 25 for Ryan.
Yeah. That's what I was assuming still is
Wait till I read 3 more hours.
All right. So are you guys heading down the tunnel?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
It's super dark, isn't it?
It is super dark. I mean, in the cave now that it's becoming morning, again, those of you without dark vision can kind of see shapes and shadows. But deep down the cavern, it's still pitch black.
Yeah, I'll take my shield, and at the very top of it, just cast light on it.
All right. So you cast light, sort of this flickering sort of daylight, sort of, reverberates or sort of shines down the tunnel.
About 40 feet.
About 40
Cool.
feet. Again, 40 feet down, you guys don't really see too much. It's a tunnel 40 feet down. You guys begin to make your way down?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so you guys make your way down, and again, you guys go probably about maybe 100 feet, maybe a little bit longer. And it's a pretty smooth tunnel, nondescript. You make your way down and you sort of come to this, for lack of a better word, den. You can see that this sort of the circular sort of area looks like it's been sort of rubbed, the dragon has slept there a lot. It's very, very smooth and sort of, looks like it's worn and like through sort of constant use. And around it you see a variety of carts and gold and some armor, some different things, different sort of items or treasure items.
How big was it? You said
How big was what?
the room.
The room? It's relatively small, probably. It's probably big enough to fit the 6 of you, with maybe like another person, 6 of you, and then again, it's probably about, maybe 5, 10, 5 or so feet in every direction away from you guys.
All right. Cool.
I'll
Give me 10 minutes.
gather up some of the gold that's laying around.
All right. How long are you spending gathering up the
Rich.
gold?
Never had to use it.
What was that?
How long are you spending gathering up the gold?
About 5 minutes.
Okay. All right. So you quickly gather up, 350 gold.
It's the first gold I've seen in years.
Not even the gold I pocketed last night.
You're stealing it from all these dead people.
The dragon.
Yeah, all the
They're
bones.
all dead. So.
Can't use it.
I would like to take 10 minutes to ritual cast detect magic.
Okay. So you're spending 10 minutes ritually casting detect magic.
I guess. So there were carts.
Yeah, I mean, there aren't. It's more like hand carts, but yeah, there are
Yeah,
carts.
like a merchant passing
Right.
through with a
Right.
cart. I'll go. Yeah, why not? I'll go rummage through a hand cart. or two.
Okay. Make an
Sure.
investigation check.
5 minutes. 10 minutes. Investigation. A 9.
A 9. All right. Roll a D6 for me.
A 1.
A 1. Okay. All right. So you find 80 gold.
Okay.
95 silver.
Okay.
125 electrum. And 215 copper.
215 dollars.
Yeah, it's a half a gold.
And you find a
Well-
sort of a ring with a large diamond on it as well.
You guys, look at this. It's a ring with a large diamond in it.
Give me like 2 more minutes.
I'm gonna, rummage around and look around. In particular, just in case, it does seem like a dragon's den that
Mhm.
was holed up here. Potentially, if there are any dragon eggs that anything that could be like an egg.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Investigation is a 21.
21. All right. So you look around for a while. At first, you don't really seem to find anything. It's only when you see way in the back, there's sort of like this deep recess, and you sort of stick your hand in there and it feels sort of artificially warm. You sort of peel back some of the what was like almost like these like this like substance that's kind of like bark or scales or something. You sort of peel it back and you find 2, probably 3 foot by 3 foot tall eggs back there.
Looks like you found his breakfast.
Nice. We're rich beyond our wildest dreams.
You mean we killed her mother?
Yes.
Look, and this guy was probably going to propose. Look at this ring. Look at wow.
Oh, we don't kill that guy. We don't kill the guy.
Or this was the father, the mother is
The,
gone.
the dragon was getting proposed to.
No.
It's a pretty big guy.
Just good old shrink.
Or this was the father and the mother's out
Hmm.
hunting or something, or
That's true.
vice
So
versa.
3 eggs, you said?
Two.
2 eggs.
3 feet tall each.
Oof.
Mm.
There's some hand cards over here.
All right.
Well,
So as you finish your detect magic,
Yes.
so yeah, I mean there are for the amount of treasure here, there are relatively few. The Girthing's ring is not magical. Um,
That's magical.
I'll put it on.
all right. You find a candle, sort of a candle that's sort of deep red, sort of got arcanic symbols on it.
So I can't wait with arcane symbols.
Arcane symbols that you recognize.
Good symbols or evil?
Make a religion check, actually.
nice.
Our religion is pretty good. It's a 7.
It's hard to make out what these symbols. There's some symbols here, and they seem vaguely familiar, but on the there's something about this that seems familiar, but you can't quite place it.
And you said it was magical.
It's magical, yes.
Can I take an action to determine it's a
Yes,
It's
you
type.
can. Yes, 1 second. I believe it is divination.
divination?
Mhm.
Cool. Pretty cool candle.
You find a make it roll a d6 for me, please.
That's a 1.
So 1. So you find a small sort of rose,
Small rose.
sorry, a black rose that sort of slowly drips sort of a green acid that's burning away the cart that it's on.
Nice.
Drip. You don't want a eternally dripping rose of acid? Acid of rose? No, rose of acid.
That's
Yeah.
I
dangerous.
can't think of any good use for that.
You could tip your arrows.
Hmm.
It's true, could.
You find a compass, and on
Another
it,
compass.
Mhm. You find a compass, and on it it has the directions of the Feywild on it.
Is this the same compass that I picked up earlier?
Uh,
It was a sundial. That's right.
sundial, yeah.
Compass with directions to fate wild.
Mhm.
I'll pocket the compass and the candle.
You just show up in the Feywild all of a sudden.
Yeah, next time you'll have a compass.
And then you also find a conch.
You'll be the leader. We'll have to listen. To
Yeah. So when you hold the conch, everyone has to listen to you.
That's not good science at all, is it?
Yeah, just.
You also all of a sudden have glasses and gain a bunch of weight.
Must have glasses. Where's the glasses?
Well, are these, I mean, we're not
Uh.
traveling in a good spot right now, but should we try to get one of these hand cards for the eggs, or do you have the room in your bag over there? I think we could fit them
There's
in
still
that.
some room in the bag. I'm really just interested. It's dragon eggs can fetch a
Good omelet.
very, very high markup in the trading sphere as I've seen in my lifetime, and I saw that we had just defeated this dragon. I decided to look around. I'm just gonna pocket one of the eggs into my.
Your pocket's just like bulged out.
It's my bag of holding.
Yeah. Are the eggs magical?
No.
Or when you get 'em. Watch, you're gonna be walking around, and next thing you know, a baby dragon's gonna bust out of that pocket.
It can only come out if I let it out.
It'll die otherwise, I think.
We'll see. Might have a corpse at some point. It's okay. It has a
Eat it.
long.
Oh, also you also find a dragon's claw,
Hmm.
which has a rune on it.
Interesting.
With a rune.
Mhm.
And that's magical.
It's magical, yes.
Interesting. Here's a magical claw if anyone wants it.
I think we should just probably get a move on from this place. It seems to, with these eggs here and this being a dragon's cave,
We can pocket it.
I think we should just, yeah, we can figure out who would could best utilize it later. We don't even know what it does at the moment.
It's true.
I could
I
summon
take
it.
an action.
What?
I take an action.
Take an action. Determine what type of
What type of magic? So
It doesn't, yeah.
it doesn't
It's
tell
not-
you what it does, but
it's
it's
not a-
It
yeah.
does.
Let me.
it does help a little bit.
I believe it is actually multiple.
Oh, pocket it. Deal with the consequences later.
Exactly.
Those are consequences for future. chili
I
sets.
think it's multiple. One of them.
Alright. We can continue on if at the moment. If,
1 second more.
Worst way to deal with your problems.
Yes.
Definitely.
what problems? I have problems.
So then
You've got problems.
you die, and you never have to deal with it.
Leave them in your will.
Yeah.
All my problems I leave to
Will.
Will.
I have a will. I don't know about y'all, but I have a will.
We have a will too.
You are.
Where there's a will, there's a way. One of them is abjuration at least. I'll say for the sake of brevity, that's
Yeah.
abjuration
You can
magic.
send it to me or something. I was just like, it looks interesting, but
Yeah. For the sake of brevity, I'll say it's abjuration magic, but there might be another one too. But anyway,
Well, let's get out of here.
All right, let's get a move on.
Let's
All right.
get out.
so you guys need to make your way sort of through the sort of the mighty peaks of sort of the mountain ranges here. You sort of make your way, and you spend probably the better part of a day sort of traveling your way through, and sort of once you sort of reach sort of mid-afternoon, it's getting on towards the end of afternoon, you sort of see sort of a hollow in the mountains, a sort of a veil sort of tucked away, yeah, deep in the mountains, and you sort of begin to sort of see it on the edge of your sort of on the edge, sort of on the horizon approaching, is sort of this hidden veil.
It could be a good spot to spend the night.
could also be something else up there as well. But yeah,
Be another dragon.
we've dealt with
More loot.
We've dealt with two so far.
Seems to
Three
be
so far.
heading that way regardless, so might as well
Might as well check it out.
see what's through the veil.
All right, so you walk on a couple more hours, and you see what looks like a skeletal forest. It's filled with sort of these bleach white trees, and it's sort of on this mountain plateau. It is sort of ringed with these high peaks, but it's also on a plateau of its own. It's sort of like a hidden sort of Shangri-La or something like that. And you sort of see these sort of beautiful trees. They look like they were once, sort of magnificent and majestic oaks or whatever type they are. You can't tell anymore because they've been so bleached by whatever happened here. You sort of see row on row of massive, beautiful trees, completely bleached white, bone white, and sort of that stand like sort of skeletal fingers reaching into the sky.
Well, this place is spooky.
Yeah, I guess on one hand, you don't have to worry about the leaves falling ever.
That's true. Well, I mean, we're here. I mean, we better just at least kind of see what's around here. This it seems an abnormal place. Seems ominous.
Seems unnatural.
We'll just keep, I think, walking through, keeping an eye out, and
Okay. As you guys begin to enter into sort of this pale forest, all of a sudden sort of the scene sort of shifts a little bit.
Oh, no.
Like you sort of walk through something, sort of some sort of barrier. You look around, the trees are still there, but all of a sudden you see a variety of elves, sort of mostly sort of on sort of the outskirts of the grove. You see two of them begin to make a beeline towards you guys, and you see sort of on the far end of sort of this plateau, you see what looks like a sort of a large keep built into the mountainside behind. Halt! Who goes there?
A group of regular travelers trying to pass through.
What business have you in the Pallid Grove?
I
No.
don't think we knew that this is where we were. We just saw this mist and we were headed this way. We've been traveling for weeks towards the Stone Cage Cliffs, and this is the way that we have decided to come through.
You sort of look. The guards sort of look around and say, "Mist? What mist?"
Well, a veil, a mist, a covering, I guess. It must be how you kept this place secret. We did not see you until you came up on us, essentially.
You just popped out of the air. It was just trees and then wham.
Well, you must, by the orders of the Queen of the Pallid Grove, you must be detained.
Just for entering the forest.
Trespassers are not allowed.
Right?
We can walk around then.
No, it's now that you have seen our hidden sanctuary, you are not allowed to leave without us making sure that you are not a threat. Come with
Yeah.
us.
Normally, when there's no trespassing, they put those signs up everywhere. So you know.
Yeah, we did not agree to any contracts or any trespassing laws before we entered this
I
path.
think that's how trespassing.
So so again, as these two sort of approach again, there's sort of now more of these elves, and again, you see now they're pallid elves, much like Aris, with sort of this painfully white skin and sort of pale hair, sort of these almost like albino red eyes. They begin to sort of surrounding you. There's, I mean, so in the within sort of bow shot, there's at least 50.
Oh, we can take them.
I think we should probably just go along,
Yeah, there
play nice.
seems to be a whole city here. I don't think we should.
I don't think we're getting out of this one.
I think we will accompany you, but it is of our own free will.
Sarah sort of chuckles at him. Make a persuasion check.
We're going not because you told us to, because
That's
we
a
want to.
10.
10. He sort of chuckles and he says, if you want to be guests rather than prisoners, what distinction does the words mean? Come along.
Hmm. And we will, I guess, follow.
We'll follow along.
Yeah.
And so you guys begin to make your way sort of across sort of this petrified forest towards the keep at the end of the vale. You guys sort of pass through sort of these bleached and sort of broken trees. You see you see that in between these trees, it's very odd. It's almost like there's like this is a giant, almost like an anthill, where you see like these different openings in the rock and behind some of these, and then you see elves sort of coming and going, and and you see sort of different, there are sort of ramparts that sort of line certain parts of it. You see, but you see what it looks like a very sort of militaristic society. You see everyone seems to carry weapons, which is an oddity. Even young elves that are young, by your standard, Erdak. They're probably like 50 years younger than you.
Is this America?
It's not a baby rattle, it's a mace. Watch out.
And you see and you see what nearly everyone you see on them is wearing some form of armor. And you guys sort of make your way towards this keep. It's a large sort of imposing alabaster structure that has sort of these again these bright white marble. You sort of enter into this sort of this grand opening. You see, can I have anyone who's proficient in religion make a religion check for me?
Mr. Cleric.
I get pluses because I'm proficient in it. That's an 8.
All right. Well, you recognize who this is. This is you see images there, sort of holy to Sehanin the Moonweaver.
So cool. Do I know anything about the? With an A, I probably don't know anything really more about the culture.
Nope.
They're moon weavers.
That's Saheen. I just say to the rest of the group,
What?
the Moonweaver. I've
Who's
heard
that?
tells about her.
Wilfred, I think this place is messing with your head. And,
The goddess, Saheen.
if you say so.
I recognize her from a book I read once.
Yeah, like the gods of Wildmount, like a children's book you read. You guys sort of enter into this sort of this large, again, even when you enter into the throne, you've been into the throne rooms of a variety of the diarchy of Uthadern. You guys have even been in some of the candles of sort of the Cerberus assembly. You guys went into the throne room in Golgothir. You guys have been held court with it in the Aviary Aarakocra. This is again much more stark and sort of stoic and Spartan. It's a very sort of functional throne room. Again, it is cold. There is not a lot of imagery, or there's not a lot of sort of no paintings, no tapestries, no statues. It is a very sort of functional building. And back behind sort of the pallid elf woman that sits on the throne, you see this purple and blue stained glass behind her, and it sort of shimmers vaguely in the background. And you see what looks like a sorry, one second. Well, you see what looks like a variety of sort of twisted and depraved abominations sort of entering into the pallid grove, and sort of you can see it's a scene of sort of utter atrocity. And then below it you see sort of and then that's the stained glass sort of behind. And again, you see these beautiful trees, these lush forests being chopped down. You see pallid elves being running from the sort of these barbarous monstrosities, these twisted abominations.
Sucks.
It's kind of a strange thing to put up on stained glass.
Well, I think we're just kind of waiting as we are
Yeah.
being led.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And there's a silence that holds for a minute as you guys sort of enter in, You guys can see sort of back in the shadow, you can see sort of this pallid elf woman sort of garb and sort of silver and gossamer dress. She sort of stands up. She sort of like sits up in her chair a little bit. She says, "And who are you? Why have you entered into our holy sanctuary?"
We are just travelers who are hoping to get to the Stonehenge Cliff. We are I am Wilfred Shorst.
She interrupts. She says, "And why didn't you take one of the boats of the Menagerie Coast or in the Clovis Concord? Why did you go overland through some of the most dangerous wilds of all of Wildhound?"
Because I do not like boats.
Well, my
I
lady,
I get sick on them.
we have not come from the south. We have come from the east, the northeast, up in Palebank, traveling on the coastal regions through Duluth and down through the forest there and across that one foresty place where we went to Feywild.
Ah, so you are servants of Quajath, the Undermaw?
We are a band of misfits, as one would say. We all have differing beliefs, but we have all found common ground together as a group of fellowing, or as one would say, we have found
We
a
have
group together in our
House
fellowship,
together.
a house, yes.
we are better than what we are apart. Most of us, at least.
We defeated the Chili Sad together and became known the Fellowship of the Chili Sad.
Kill them.
Make a persuasion check.
Roll an insight.
That's better. That's a 24.
That's what he did.
A band of misfits. Sounds vaguely familiar.
Hmm.
There are many band of misfits that we've come upon, so it's not just us, I believe.
I believe Palebank sounds familiar as well.
I'm sure you have heard of it, yes, my lady.
It is I believe, a port, popular one up in the north.
Aye, and I believe we had a deserter who took haven there. Mayhap you aren't servants of Quajath, but you are just attempting to free one who is being prosecuted under the law of our sanctuary.
Hmm.
What are you suggesting? Insinuating?
I'm suggesting you know Aharis Eldrin.
That name is on our minds somewhat, and yes, I think that it is very well aware that we have known that elf before, but had no idea as to the laws and the consequences and the severity of the laws that he had broken upon our meeting and travels with him until he was captured up in Uthadurn, as we sat there and had to part ways. We would not interfere with such societal laws as one deserter of that. That is not for us to decide, Your Majesty. We are truthful in passing through and had no intentions of even seeing Aharis here.
Hmm. Well, he sort of like looks pensively. Make another persuasion check.
That's a 10.
10. Sort of like paces back and forth. She says, "For the time being, I will need to detain one of you, just as a ransom to make sure that you don't do anything devious."
Mhm. What are your implications of this, Your Majesty? We have assured you we do not plan on breaking this ARS out. There's nothing we need with him. And what would it serve keeping one of us here as we travel as a group?
And wouldn't putting one of us in jail with him make it more likely for a prison break
Who says we will be in jail with him?
or in holding?
So, I don't know how it is where you come from, but in the Pallid Grove, we have a saying that you must trust, but also verify. And I need to verify. The rest of you are free to go, and she points at Carrick, but you?
Oh, him? Yeah.
Yeah.
I have him.
I will gladly stay to let my friends go. I would gladly, if it helps them, and
He is the noble one of the group. So
The only one was honor.
well,
it will help. So that's all. What's the word? Help if it will help appease your
Strange ways.
ways. Strange ways.
Strange and unusual. Insult them all.
So you are sort of separated from Carrick after she sort of gives her decision, her verdict. You guys are sort of separated from her, and the five of you are sort of led down sort of these tunnels away from Carrick into sort of these catacombs, and you come out and you see you are sort of hit by all of a sudden this hum of activity and of sort of individuals sort of moving back and forth. There's not a lot of loud noises. It's again you really get the sense this is a society that is sort of is not, again, this is not, it's a very ordered society. As you come out, you see very little, no, this isn't, if they're an erection trauma where you see drunkards on the street, or there are slums. There's nothing like that. It's a very ordered, structured society. You see lots of families, lots of sort of everyone seems to be doing something. Again, there's not a lot of idleness at all. And everyone seems to be working, even though again it's late in the day. There still seems to be activity, whether it's blacksmithing or then you see these large sort of campuses, these sort of like open stretches that have Pallid Elves training in combat and engaging in wrestling and archery and other sorts of martial activities.
wait, so it's not America, it's Germany.
Are we being like escorted by
Uh,
guards?
And you've so they sort of escort you out of it, and then they sort of let you go. Yeah.
Well, no wonder why he deserted. Look at this place.
Yeah. I don't think anybody really wants to live here. It seems
Like it's better
Desolate.
days are behind it.
desolate and
not full of life.
unappealing. Well, I mean, we could just head
I
on.
guess, yeah, I guess we just keep going.
Let us go.
You'll get free at some point, right? They're letting go.
Well,
I
that's-
mean,
Unless they
You can
found out
catch
that
up
we
with
were
us.
going to
Yeah,
break out Aorus.
but we weren't.
I guess it's messing the fear then.
well, I don't think there's anything here for us. We could spend the night maybe if they let us,
This
but
is your first town and like,
Well, as,
with people that are like you,
yeah, well, these people are
they kind of look like
clearly
you.
not, they're not what I remember. of
They're
the
more
elf
gray, aren't
village that I
they?
grew up in. My village was much more full of life and
No, are you
People
like
seem
an
to
elf
be-
purist?
seemed to be happy and not constantly fighting each other. you
There's
know.
only one good race.
Yeah, it's the tieflings.
One pure race.
One master race, maybe.
Who would elf is the only true elf? Me.
wow, are we just a bunch of racists?
Do the elves, do the pallid elves seem to look at Erdak differently or like seem to like notice
Hey.
him out of?
Make an insight check.
That's good.
That's a 21.
21. All right. So they, as you pass by at first, you don't, again, there is a certain coldness and standoffishness about the Pallid Elves. They are sort of warm to a point. Like they're polite, they're courteous. They're not, openly derisive. But there is a very much a coldness to them that like it's almost like no one wants to make eye contact with you. It's hard to
Yeah.
engage with people. It seems to go to every member of your group, whether it's Aurelia, Erdak, Wilfred, Gerthing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're outsiders,
Mhm.
no matter what, all of us. Well, I mean, do we want to look for a place to stay here for a day and just kind of gather things? And I mean, what do we do about Carrick for real though, guys? I mean, I understand that Aorus had a responsibility, but they have just imprisoned Carrick on no grounds.
Could I do a passive or like a insight check on the interaction we had with the queen? Like a more of like a, not necessarily like an insight check then, but like think back about me, like was she
Sure,
honest
yeah.
or-
Yeah, I mean, you can't do anything retroactively, but yeah, you can do a reflexive sort
Yeah,
of
like a
check, sure.
not a retroactive insight check, but just like think back about
Did
it.
it
Like,
feel?
did it feel?
Yeah.
That is a 12.
A 12. She's very hard to read, and her face was somewhat shadowed through a lot of the interaction. Again, you get the feeling that the Pallid Elves are a very again they are very sort of cautious and aloof culture, and you get the impression that and with a 12 or what was it, 13 12 13
12.
12 that's probably about all you get with that. Again, she's hard to read, even more so than most people.
Maybe we could see what if they're let them out within like a day of us leaving, or
Carrick?
yeah, Carrot, and then you're just going his own way. Just
Yeah.
So who do we ask?
are the guards that just left us? Are they still nearby? Or are they immediately like inside?
They went back in the throne room.
I mean, it seems like we're gonna have to stay here and knock on the door again, essentially to the palace,
And try to get a
even if they would let us
Another-
in.
audience.
Mhm.
Do they even have inns in a place like this?
Probably not ones you want to
Probably
stay
not
at.
really, because they wouldn't want any visitors.
Probably, yeah.
Does everyone live in a barracks?
You guys looking for inns?
I don't,
I mean, we could also just shove off and keep going.
we can come back and get them.
I mean, I don't think we're ever coming back this way anytime soon.
Well, I'd like to go back home at some point, but
That's true.
I don't
I wasn't thinking that far ahead.
Well, you can still like communicate to them, right, somehow.
Yeah, did you
know. I
message?
did.
You could at least kind of tell them, like,
That we're heading on for now.
once you get out, we,
We're heading this way. Go see this town. Don't mention this name.
Yeah, I mean, at least you could, yeah,
I could. But that's,
as they're doing that, I'll look around to see if there are any like small shops or anything like a bar or an inn or something like that, just in
This-
case.
So you see what looks like a again, what looks it's sort of a again very austere sort of, but it sort of has a sort of colored lamps in the window, and you sort of rouses your interest, piques your interest.
Interesting, small little shop looks like down there, and I'll walk over as everybody's bickering and arguing, and it's kind of not, I was like, I'm just fed up with all this right now. Yeah, look around into the windows and
Yeah,
Right, right.
make a perception investigation check, your choice.
20,
20. So as you sort of peer through the windows, wait, which one was that?
that's an investigation.
Okay, so as you sort of open one of the windows, you see what looks like you sort of peer through one of the windows. You look like you see what looks like a sort of a rousing sort of, again, almost very much in stark contrast to the sort of the austere sort of stern exterior. You see what looks like a rousing sort of party with sort of like a bunch of pallid elves sort of sitting around sort of a very low table, so they're all sitting on the floor, sort of, then they have sort of what look like shot glasses of clear wine. They're sort of engaging in sort of challenges. You can see that they're sort of playing games, sort of laughing.
Must be really.
mhm. Say we keep moving, and come back and get them. As we come up. I can let them know that,
Also, she might let him go just once she realizes we're not a threat.
that's true.
I mean,
But she
what-
didn't say that, so,
Well, the best way to prove we're not breaking out Aorus is to not be here to break them out.
yeah, we just leave, that's the best way of proving that,
it's true. You can always tell them where we're going, so
I- yeah.
if he gets out, we can try to group back up.
Well,
I feel like he's also been really quiet these last few weeks.
off to the,
Tell them it's not him, it's us.
off out of the Palo Grove here, I guess,
mhm.
If we can find the way out.
Can I see the sun, or is it still covered? Is the veil covering this inside?
Yeah, so you can't see it unless you come over to where Angvor is.
Right, we're still inside.
So you guys are out on the street. And Angvor is sort of peering through a window right now, sort of pulling aside some of the blinds.
And I can't see straight up into the sky.
Oh, so you look up, you're underground.
What was that?
We're underground.
You're
We're
underground.
underground.
Interesting.
Well, how do we?
Well, I guess we need to figure out how to even get out of this place then.
Mhm.
Because if we just go back the way we left, we entered, then we're going the wrong way.
I'm gonna walk into the place.
All right, so you open the door. All of a sudden, all the sounds of laughter just suddenly stop. You sort of see a young, sort of, you know, pretty sort of pallid elf sort of stick her hand out and say, "Can I help you?"
Yes. We are passing through and looking to find a way out of this grove, this place you guys reside. We seem to have been turned around. We were on our ways towards the Stone Cage Cliffs, going through these mountains, and had come upon this place, and I saw a group of you in here, and
Nearly
Wanted to
every building in the Pallid Grove has a sort of a exit, a skylight to the surface.
hmm. Is there one in here?
Yes.
May we use it?
The Aurora reacts.
This is that is very it's very rude of you.
Hmm. I do not know your customs here.
I mean, there are public skylights as well.
Oh, yes.
Are they the only way to get out of here?
Oh, hello there.
Hi, sorry.
Ruffian.
Sorry you didn't see me.
I mean, there are public skylights. There are passageways. But I mean, pardon me for asking. What are you doing in the Pallid Grove?
I have told you, have I not?
No, you haven't.
I have told you that we are passing through. We did not anticipate coming into this place.
Make a persuasion check.
I'd rather be in the Feywild.
That's
Click the-
Big sundial.
22.
22. Your story is suspicious, but I guess we don't have many sojourners in the Pallid Grove. I'm sure my comment is not so good. Maybe I don't fully understand you.
Well, but
Ask for the quickest way out.
that possibly could be something going on here. Would you be willing to show us one of these public skylights?
Yes, give me a second. And so she's sort of, again, it appears that they sort of dress very simply in the house, or and sort of she steps away for a second and she comes back and she's sort of wearing this sort of like this brilliant white sort of exotic looking armor, and she sort of puts on a helmet. She says, "I'll accompany you for now."
She needs the helmet.
Carries
I'm
a
not
spear with her. And so sort of she leads you sort of out of the house and sort of
Alright.
points you towards sort of what looks like almost like a tower, like sort of like a tower that's sort of glowing sort of the skin, the same sort of purplish bluish light from a couple of different sort of windows that sort of extends up towards the ceiling and sort of connects with sort of the surface.
Yes.
Sort of quickly leads you towards it. There's sort of like a spiral staircase, and if the rest of the group wants to follow, she will lead you sort of up this spiral staircase and sort of spirals upward for maybe like, a couple floors, maybe like 4 floors, and then you see what looks like to reach this sort of like this very very sort of compressed sort of claustrophobic room, and you sort of just a trap door there. He sort of indicates for you anywhere to go.
Is this the exit you were saying?
Hi, this is the exit. This is the passageway. This the skylight.
Can I insight?
Making a insight check, yeah.
That's an 11.
11. You can't really see her face with her helmet on, but she seems trustworthy.
Is
Yes.
there like a ladder up there or something, or is it just like a?
Again, so like it's a staircase that leads to sort of like this like maybe like 4 foot tall room. It's very sort of claustrophobic. There's a trap door there.
I'll cast find traps.
All right. So as you cast find traps, there are no traps in this room.
As I walk up the stairs toward this little door, I'll turn back and say, I didn't catch your name there. I appreciate the help.
Zelene.
Well, it is. We are very thankful for this, Zelene. I am Angvor. We appreciate the help. And I'll try the door and
So you sort of push open the trap door and you sort of see the sun. You sort of see the sun, sort of the setting sun sort of peek through as you sort of open the trap door.
guys, are you coming?
Yeah.
Yes, so you're still in the way. We can't.
All right, so you climb out.
Climb out.
Climb out.
I'm out.
All right, so you guys climb out. You guys are once again among the skeletal, bleak, barren trees of the Pallid Grove.
Interesting.
And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Nice.
We escaped the city.
And we escaped Carrick.
But now your front line's down to 1 person.